Hey guys, there's a reason they don't call me Safe Boy Bill. So if you see something in this video that doesn't look safe, you probably shouldn't do it. Hi, I'm B-Boy Bill, and this is episode 4 of Building the Yard. Well, welcome back, guys. Guess what? We had another week of nothing but rain except for one day, and the temperatures were in the 40s. So I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing about that, but I just thought I'd throw that out there because I really feel like I'm not getting as much done as I wanted to get done this spring, and just letting you guys know why that is. I did get out to check the traps this week, and that was uneventful, except for I realized that I made a big mistake, and I forgot to open one of the doors on the trap. So I didn't have a ladder with me. I just basically gone out to refresh the trap, and when I do that, I put the lemongrass oil on a Q-tip, and then I use a stick and I just put it in the hole of the trap. So I wasn't planning on climbing up there, and luckily for this particular trap, there was a tree down that I climbed up along. Unfortunately for me, but fortunately for you guys, my wife actually caught this on tape, so you can see my silliness here of climbing up the tree in order to open the door to the trap. The next thing I did, this same location, if you remember from a few videos back, this same location here, was the trap I had up here last year actually got a late swarm and was full of honey, and I hadn't got up here and checked it. So we did take it down a couple of videos ago, and here it is. I'm inspecting it. Now this thing is full of honey, and you can see there are some dead bees in here. They're clustered up near the top, which I'm not sure why they're clustered up near the top. I'm not sure if they just started their cluster in the wrong location, or the honey just wasn't cured enough for them. But I will tell you that the honey is fermenting now, which leads me to believe that there was quite a bit of uncapped honey that these bees didn't get dehydrated enough before winter, and maybe the moisture had something to do with them perishing over the winter. I'm not exactly sure. There wasn't a good indication of what happened to them. The cluster is extremely small, as you can see. Well, what was the cluster, and they died right up near the top, and there was full of capped honey on the sides. So the only thing I can think is maybe moisture from the uncapped honey. Definitely had a lot of moisture in it, because like I said, now it is fermenting and smells just like alcohol. So I'm gonna leave this here in the bee yard for a little bit and see if the bees will clean out some of this honey before I strip these frames. Basically, the honey in here is not going to work for me. So maybe the bees want it. And if the bees want it, they can have it. And if not, I'm just going to go ahead and melt down this comb and get this cleaned up, because there's some mold going on in here as well, as you can see. So that was the story with the trap. Not sure why they died, but that was one thing I wanted to check out for you guys, and let you know what I found out in that. I'm happy to report that hive number 2, the one with the ant problem, the ants are gone. By taking that one frame out, leaving a hole in there, and making sure that feeder hole was open, the bees were able to get up into the top of the hive, and they took care of the ant problem. I didn't have to do anything special. They know what to do. They just needed access to the top of the frame so they can clean out the ants. So luckily, ants are all gone for now, and hopefully it stays that way. Now, for the big news, I'm not super happy about this, but the queen cells that we tried to make last week, they didn't happen. So here's what happened. I think the bees did one of two things. They either ripped down all the comb I had in here and threw it on the ground, or they chewed it up and made it into what they wanted, because basically they have a fresh new comb drawn out, and you can see here, and it is full of eggs, full of fresh eggs. So that didn't work. Now, these bees were not very happy with me. I started out I was just going to pull this one frame out. I didn't suit up. I didn't have any smoke. I just wanted to see, if there's any queen cells on here. But being so cold, it only got up to about 54 today, I think. The bees were not happy. I think there wasn't enough foraging going on. They just weren't pleased at me opening the top of the hive. So I had to go get suited up and everything. And you could see when I did that, everything settled down. I was able to get in the hive okay. I am going to try building that cell builder that we talked about last week, because the queen cell method we tried just didn't work, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if the bees didn't want to make queens. I'm not sure if if the comb fell off there before they had a chance, but to secure it. But they're pretty good on there, so I don't think that's the problem. But so next week we're gonna try building the cell building. I only have a small window of opportunity. It's going to be up to 50 on Wednesday, it looks like, and Friday afternoon coming up, it's going to be around 60. So I might be able to get in there one of those days and get the cell builder built. So what I'm going to do is shake a bunch of nurse bees into a swarm trap or a nuke, and I'm going to put probably a feeder in there full of honey and a frame of pollen and a frame of honey, and I'm going to try to either do a cell punch, or I'm going to try to do the same method we did to get the queens in there, but basically get the queen cells in there with the strips of eggs. But basically the idea is to give these bees no hope, so they don't have any choice but to build queen cells, and then I'll give them some fresh eggs and hope for the best. I haven't ever tried these methods before, and I'm learning as I go, and hopefully this will be the one that works, because I would really like to get these hives underway and get some nukes made up so that I can get ready for winter. Yeah, I'm already talking about winter. It still seems like winter here, but that's the big thing around here. Winter lasts 8 months, it seems like. So I only have 4 or 5 months to get everything done before the next winter. And so I'm already focused on next winter and getting the population up to get through next winter. Now here's something I've been meaning to get to. I did mention this in the first video that I put up in this series on my plan, and that was to get these weeds out of the garden. I thought about some different methods, and I had some weeds there from the last couple of years. So I had dead weeds, live weeds, and I really wanted to get this back down to the stone, so I didn't have weeds sitting on the leaves rotting and making a place for new weeds to grow. So I got this torch thing, and I'll put a link in the description below for the torch that I got, so you can check it out if you're interested. And I'm not sure I would do this every time, but it definitely worked good this time, because like I said, I had the buildup of the older weeds that had died from the year before, so it burnt those up, and it did burn the live weeds up. Now this year I'm going to try to find a recipe. I know there's some recipes kicking around out there with vinegar and dish soap and different things, something that won't hurt the bees if they get into it, that will keep the weeds at bay. But I'm happy with the results of the torch, and I'll probably use this method next year after the weeds die off over the winter to clean up the yard. So happy with the results, and like I said, if you're interested in the torch, it'll be in the link down below. That's it for this week, guys. I'm hoping to have some more interesting stuff for you next week. I hope you guys are in your hives and having a great week. We'll see you next week. I'm B-Boy Bill, and thanks for watching.